Most people think their 40s are just another decade. You wake up, you work, you pay bills, you take care of your family, you try to stay healthy when you can, and you tell yourself, I'll fix things later. Later you'll sleep better. Later you'll start exercising. Later you'll eat cleaner. Later you'll spend more time with your kids. Later you'll finally build the life you actually want. But here's the uncomfortable truth. In your 40s, later starts getting expensive. Because this decade is not just a transition, it is a test. Your body is testing you, your mind is testing you, your relationships are testing you, your habits are testing you, and the life you live in your 50s, 60s, and beyond is quietly being built right now. Not by one big decision, but by the small choices you repeat every single day. The glass of alcohol you use to relax, the workout you keep skipping, the sleep you sacrifice, the blood test you avoid, the walk you say you don't have time for, the child who asks you to play while you're too busy looking at your phone. None of these moments feel dramatic when they happen, but over time, they become your future, and by the time most people notice the consequences, they are no longer small. Your 40s are not the decade where everything falls apart overnight. They are the decade where your old choices start sending invoices, and the first invoice usually comes from your body, because when you're younger, your body gives you discounts. You can sleep badly, and still function. You can eat poorly, and still look okay. You can skip workouts and still feel strong. You can drink too much and recover quickly. But in your 40s, the body becomes honest. It starts showing you exactly what you have been doing. Energy drops. Belly fat becomes harder to lose. Joints feel different. Sleep gets lighter, mood becomes more fragile, recovery takes longer. And many people call this getting older, but sometimes it's not age. Sometimes it's neglect finally becoming visible. This is why a healthy body in your 40s is one of the greatest status symbols in the world, not because it makes you look better, but because it proves something. It proves discipline, it proves patience, it proves self-respect. It proves that you can keep a promise to yourself when nobody is watching. You can buy a luxury watch. You can finance an expensive car. You can borrow status from things outside of you. But you cannot borrow a strong body. You cannot rent good health. You cannot fake real energy. It has to be earned. And one of the most important things you can do in this decade is simple. Lift weights. Not just to look muscular, not just to lose fat, but to protect your future independence. Because strength is not only about the gym. Strength is being able to carry your groceries without pain. Strength is getting up from the floor easily. Strength is playing with your kids without feeling exhausted. Strength is keeping your hormones, joints, metabolism, and confidence alive. There is a saying that hits harder as you age. You don't stop lifting because you get old. You get old because you stop lifting. And in your 40s, movement is no longer optional, it is maintenance. But health is not only about how you look in the mirror. You also have to look under the hood, because you can look fine on the outside and still have problems building quietly inside. That's why checking your blood work matters, your blood sugar, your cholesterol markers, your vitamin levels, your inflammation, your heart risk. These numbers are not there to scare you, they are there to guide you, because what gets measured can be managed, and the earlier you see the warning signs, the more power you have to change the story. But even if you lift weights and eat well, there is one thing that can quietly destroy your progress: poor sleep. In your 40s, sleep is not a luxury. Sleep is performance. It affects your mood, hunger, hormones, focus, patience, and recovery. A tired person makes weaker decisions. A tired parent becomes more reactive. A tired worker becomes less creative. A tired body craves sugar, caffeine, and shortcuts. So if you want to perform better in life, treat sleep like a serious part of your strategy. Make your bedroom dark. Keep it cool. Protect your night routine. Stop pretending that 5 hours of sleep is a badge of honor. It is not. It is a debt. And eventually, the body collects. But the good news is, not every health habit has to be complicated. One of the most underrated habits in the world is walking. Walking after meals. Walking in the morning. Walking when you're stressed. Walking instead of scrolling. It looks too simple, so people ignore it, but simple does not mean weak. Walking improves digestion. It helps control blood sugar. It clears the mind. It keeps the body active without destroying recovery. And in a world obsessed with extreme routines, walking is one of the easiest habits you can actually keep. Your 40s are also the decade where your relationship with alcohol needs honesty. Because alcohol is not just empty calories. For many people it becomes stolen energy. You drink for one night, then lose the next day. Sometimes you lose 2 or 3 days of clear mood, deep sleep, and sharp focus. And the scary part is, you might not even notice it anymore because being low energy has become normal. You don't have to become extreme, but you do have to ask, is this helping the life I'm trying to build? That question applies to more than alcohol. It applies to your career, your business, your relationships, your habits, your identity. Because in your 40s, one of the most dangerous traps is the sunk cost fallacy. That means staying on the wrong path just because you already spent years walking it. A career that drains you. A project that no longer makes sense. A relationship dynamic that keeps hurting everyone. A lifestyle that your future self cannot afford. Many people stay stuck because they think quitting means failure. But sometimes, quitting the wrong thing is the first mature decision you make. You are not obligated to keep climbing a ladder just because you spent 10 years on it, especially if the ladder is leaning against the wrong wall. But changing your life does not mean becoming reckless. It means thinking deeper. Before making a decision, don't only ask, what happens now? Ask, and then what happens next? If I ignore my health, what happens next? If I keep spending like this, what happens next? If I miss another family dinner, what happens next? If I keep postponing my dreams, what happens next? The first consequence is usually obvious. The second and third consequences are where life really changes. A small bad habit rarely destroys you today. But repeated for 10 years, it can shape your entire future. And a small good habit rarely saves you today. But repeated for 10 years, it can completely rebuild your life. This is why your 40s require strategy. Not hustle for the sake of hustle, not grinding until your family forgets what you look like, not chasing money while losing the people you say you're doing it for. Real success needs constraints. For example, I want to build wealth, but not at the cost of my health. I want to grow my career, but not disappear from my children's lives. I want to achieve more, but not destroy my marriage in the process. Constraints are not weakness, they are wisdom. They force you to build a life that is not only impressive from the outside, but peaceful on the inside. Because there is borrowed status, and there is earned status. Borrowed status is the car, the watch, the brand, the image. Earned status is your health, your character, your marriage, your relationship with your children, your emotional control, your ability to sleep peacefully at night. One looks good in photos, the other feels good in real life. And when you have children, the stakes become even higher. Because your kids are not only listening to what you say, they are watching what you normalize. If you tell them health matters, but they never see you move your body, they learn from what you do. If you tell them money matters, but they only see stress and chaos around money, they learn from what you do. If you tell them love matters, but they never see kindness between you and your partner, they learn from what you do. Children don't inherit our advice, they inherit our patterns. And that is both terrifying and powerful, because it means you have a responsibility. If your family has a history of poor health, you can break that cycle. If your family has a history of emotional outbursts, you can break that cycle. If your family has a history of financial instability, you can break that cycle. Not perfectly, but intentionally. You may not be responsible for the patterns you were given, but you are responsible for what you pass on. And one of the most painful truths about parenting is this. Your children are only children for a short time. One day, they will stop asking you to play. One day, they will stop asking to sit next to you. One day, they will stop bringing you their little stories with excitement in their eyes. Not because they don't love you, but because life moves forward. Most of your relationship with your children will happen when they are adults. The childhood part is brief, so when they ask you to play something silly, play. When they want your attention, look at them. When they want to show you something that seems small, remember, to them, it is big. You can always make more money, but you cannot go back and meet the younger version of your child again. And your relationship with your partner matters just as much, because the atmosphere of the home shapes everyone inside it. Your children are learning what love looks like by watching you. They are learning how people speak to each other, how conflict is handled, how appreciation is given, how respect feels. A strong marriage is not built only with big romantic gestures. Sometimes, it is built by noticing the effort, noticing the small sacrifices, noticing the tiredness, noticing the good.
Praise your partner while they can still hear it. Don't wait until something is broken to finally become grateful.
Because in the end, Life is not about reaching some retirement age and doing nothing. The real goal is not to escape life. The goal is to remain useful, to remain strong, to remain clear-minded, to remain connected, to remain someone your family can count on, to remain someone you respect when you look in the mirror. Your 40s are not the end. They are not a crisis. They are a signal that time is still available, but no longer unlimited. A signal that your choices matter more than ever. A signal that you can still change, still rebuild, still become stronger, still repair relationships, still protect your future, but you have to stop waiting. Take what is useful, leave what is not, and build a version of life that is truly your own, because the habits you choose today will become the life you live tomorrow.